get your unemployment benefits.
Unemployment remains high in Colorado, and months later, many are still waiting on benefits they never received. People in Colorado lost their homes, their cars, their basic possessions because those unemployment claims remain frozen.
Yeah, investigative problem solver reporter Rob Lowe with why they blame state bureaucracy and ID.me. It's the state's private vendor in charge of weeding out fraud. Rob.
Aristeo, we've received more emails about this single issue from our viewers than any other by far. 2 months ago, I decided to create an electronic folder that now has more than 150 emails, all from people who say they never received unemployment benefits they desperately needed. How many of you are currently still having trouble getting your unemployment benefits? We could have invited a few hundred people to join our Zoom conversation, but picked just 10. How many of you gone more than 4 months? How many of you gone more than 5 months without unemployment benefits? How many of you gone more than 6 months without unemployment benefits?
Wow.
Exactly. Wow. 10 walks of life who say they spent countless hours on their computers and their phones trying to find out why their unemployment claims have been flagged and why they can't get them unlocked. How many of you set up an appointment for a callback from a customer service agent but never got the callback on the promised date? 10 stories of desperation.
I have lost my house. I have lost my car. Pretty much, I'm in a motel at this point.
I'm pretty desperate. I'm behind on everything.
I'm not getting no money. I'm in the streets. I got 3 kids. How you gonna feed their mouths, you know?
They said that they're going to expedite it, but 2 months later, here I am, nothing. I'm homeless with my kids. It's sad. It's to the point where I want to give up.
So everything that I own of value is in the pawn shop.
Colorado went from its lowest unemployment ever, pre-pandemic, to its highest almost overnight. So many claims and so much opportunity for cyber criminals. Colorado admits it's paid more than $22 million it wishes it hadn't, often to international crime rings pretending to be unemployed Coloradoans like Russ Messick.
I was getting unemployment, and then they cut it off and put me through that Colorado ID.
In April, Colorado forced everyone seeking unemployment to go through ID.me, an online verification system used to determine who's for real.
My account is still locked.
And really qualifies for help.
This is organized crime across the globe.
Pete Askew is with ID.me and says his company has
you sound
wait
like the
times down to
organized
6
crime.
minutes on average. One of the biggest challenges, he says, is many legitimate claims come after some crook has already filed on a person's behalf.
If you're the second person to have applied for benefits in your name, but you're actually that individual, you're going to have to wait in line because the state has
So what do
probably
you
already
do?
paid out somebody that got their
But what do you do?
identity from the dark web.
ID.me recently hired 300 workers with plans to add 1,000 more to help those who have
There's
been
over
unfairly
20
locked out of their
states
accounts.
forcing
For
all
Robert
their
White's case,
unemployed
for
people to
nearly
use
a
it.
year.
They keep telling me just to wait, and that's essentially what I have been doing since July.
These 10 people say they've all had various issues navigating ID.me, but who they really blame?
State.
The state of Colorado, which still has to verify a person's eligibility once ID.me has confirmed a person's identity.
Understand the workload that we've received in the past year equates to roughly 5 years worth of
No,
work.
nobody
Bill
feels sorry
Spessart
for
is
you.
the director of Colorado's
Pay out the
Division of
money.
Unemployment
Go after the
Insurance.
criminals,
While we
but
would
pay out the
prefer to
money
be able to
first.
have everybody flow through and sail through in real quick fashion. Unfortunately, that's just not the case for some individuals.
Spessart says 30% of all unemployment claims in Colorado are fraud. 1.2 million claims so far believed to be bogus. But less every day, he says, because ID.me is red flagging bad guys to make sure no more public funds get misdirected.
Why didn't you do that with
Problem
your
is, so many
ID
viewers
system?
tell
Why
us
aren't the
they've
state
been unfairly
IDs good
flagged.
enough to know who
Their
people
claims
are?
delayed when their bills were not.
I'm beyond to the point where I sent the governor a letter about this, and I sent him 3.
The state says eventually these people will get back pay benefits if they qualify, but for so many, if it comes, it really comes way too late.
Yeah, as we just heard from them, it's been almost a year. Unbelievable. Rob, has the state reached out to these 10 people?
So we sent these 10 claims right
Yeah.
to the state saying what's going on, and they immediately resolved 6 of them.
So they can do it when they actually do it.
Right.
We could do a story every night.
We can do a story every night.
Maybe you
So
should.
4 other cases, the state says still remain under investigation. They say in one case, they think one of these people is actually trying to collect benefits in 2 different states, which would be fraud if that's proven to be the case. Tonight at 10, we've got the story of a customer call agent whose job was to help the unemployed while she herself had her own outstanding unemployment claims with the state of Colorado.
Wow.
We know you're going to help everybody you can, for sure.
As
So
you
we'll
always
try.
do. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. America's workers